Alrighty.
Here we are.
Welcome back to another episode of On That Note podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Calvin. Welcome back to On That Note.
Man, it feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Probably not for y'all because we're giving y'all this content every week.
Hopefully you're enjoying it so
Right.
far. Yes, we'll get into a couple of, we had a couple of comments on our first noteworthy album from 94, so we'll get into that a little later in this episode. It is. But of course, you know, we start off
with our while you were sleeping. So let's get into that. So what we're doing today, because today is a little bit of a special day. By the time it gets to y'all, it'll be a couple days after. But today we are recording on Grammy Day, which is essentially, you know, like the music head Super Bowl, as Brandon would put it. You know, it's the day that we look toward, and much like the Super Bowl this year, it will probably disappoint in a good amount of ways. But we as music lovers kind of have to stick with it and watch it anyway. But what we're gonna do right now for our While You Were Sleeping is look back to kind of some great, iconic, if you will, Grammy performances that we really enjoy. And so what I'm gonna do is take it kind of like not too way back, you know, but a little far back to 2003. So in 2003, you know, I mean, if you were alive then and aware of what was going on, picture what 2003 was. It was very much the Y2K, everything is big and all this other stuff. Wow. But it was also the time of a lot of remakes, you know? Mm-hmm. And so for 2003, there was a performance of Lady Marmalade by, you know, like the remake that they did. Like Christina Aguilera, Lil' Kim, Maya, Pink, Missy. So they performed that song. And the greatest thing about that, so I mean, of course it's huge and over the top, and they do kind of like the, what is it? Baroque period, is that the word that I'm thinking of? No, kind of, so that too, but like also just this, so yes, burlesque, but like this very like, I guess Victorian is another word to describe it too, just like with the big dresses and the poofy, like with the corset and like the big bottom and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I can't even tell you.
So they're doing all that and it's great and everyone sounds great, but then at the very end they bring out, because you know like the song originally is Patti LaBelle's song, so they bring Patty out.
Ooh, Queen Patty.
And she just comes through and just completely shuts it down and is giving you like, she hits like, I want to say like a G sharp 5 or like it's just like ridiculously high notes, especially for a live performance, especially for her age at the time. And it's, I mean, that's no shade. If anything, it's shade to the rest of them because, you know, like
everybody hit their
right.
All right.
But yeah, that was very much, and that's something that I think that we live for in these Grammy performances. They're always they have the production value, they have the over the top, like extremely large budget, to give these really great performances of these songs that have essentially made the year. Yeah. So that was kind of a great moment that if you haven't seen in a while, you should probably check on and look back. It is on YouTube. I made sure that it was on there and I rewatched it, and it's great. So check that out.
Yes, I remember watching that live. Yeah. I mean, because like you were saying, I really do consider the Grammys my Super Bowl, just because like, you know, I was way more into music than athletics or sports. Yeah. But I remember saying that. Because baby Patti LaBelle, she busted through on a number of fronts. Right. I'll just say that. Okay. But
what's yours?
So mine, I brought it a little more contemporary. Yeah. And I went with King Kendrick.
Yeah. As one does.
Oh. If you're gonna bet your money, he's one of those short artists at this point. But Kendrick has delivered us some really amazing Grammy performances over the past like 3-4 years, because he's been nominated for Album of the Year twice. Well, I guess 3 times now in the past.
Oh, right,
4
yeah,
years
for
Black Panthers.
Yeah.
So, but I'm throwing it back to when he was first nominated for Album of the Year for the amazing To Pimp a Butterfly album.
Mm-hmm.
I love that album. It's my favorite from him.
Yeah.
So this would be Grammys 2016.
Okay.
And he, does this whole set that's like, black men imprisoned and just really, if you had to harness the energy of To Pimp a Butterfly, the album, and put it into a visual, like, one performance, it's that Grammy performance.
Yes.
And I don't recall, did he open that year or... a part of me feels like maybe he
I feel like, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
A part of me feels like he opened.
I think so.
So don't quote us on that. Don't get mad if it's wrong.
But it might be right.
That might be a thing. But whatever he did, he made it tough as nails for anybody to come behind him. Because he did all right. He had some other spoken word. He did a couple of other tracks like mixed in from the album.
Yeah.
And just, there was like choreography.
Yeah.
It was just really a spectacle.
Yes.
And I mean, let's also be honest, it ain't no shade. But not every rapper is a good stage performer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the art form doesn't always necessitate that, I guess.
Yes.
But like, that was like really seeing like the ascent of like a superstar. So I love that performance. I love what it meant socially, culturally, musically. So that definitely, and thinking about like top Grammy performances, and I had to go with that.
Yeah, he always brings so much energy, which again you don't have to do as a rapper.
You really don't.
And he is a performer, in a lot of ways.
Through and through.
And it's just like, obviously, I remember that performance. It was just a couple years ago, but it's just like, so you have the men who are in jail, and then you also have these like African dancers. So in my mind, it's like, I think he's kind of making this comparison between like slavery and the prison system, and they're all dancing together, and there's this huge fire, and it's just it's huge. It's just like it's a very big performance.
It's a moment.
Yes.
It's a moment for sure.
And I mean, yeah.
Well, so now that has me thinking.
Yeah.
The Grammys are tonight. We're doing a watch party and all this stuff. Who are you most looking forward to performing this year? With the understanding that a lot of people have like pulled out.
The only two at this point, I think I was looking at the list, and the only two that I was like, okay, this will probably be really good performances are Cardi and Janelle Monáe. Like,
I think Chloe and Halle are performing too, right?
Oh, well then, yeah.
So I agree.
Right.
Those would be the three.
Right.
I do feel like each of them are gonna give
I'm
us something.
really upset that Ariana pulled out.
I know. I get why though.
Yeah, no, I understand, but I'm upset because I know she was gonna. I mean, if just thinking about that God is a Woman performance that she did at the VMAs, being able to have a Grammy budget.
Yeah, I was really like, and I'm glad you said that because I felt like the God is a Woman performance from the VMAs was like the turning point in her like live repertoire. So I was like, okay, like that next performance, and especially just like with the. From going from, like, when she did that, her life looked a lot different.
Yes.
And then... and then we're 2019.
Exactly.
And we have a new album era. Like, so, I think she was going to come with some shit.
I know that she was.
The
and that's
Grammys got to get rid of them old white men.
They do.
It ain't even T-Shade, all of it.
Like, because wasn't it that, like, they didn't want her to perform Seven Rings?
It was, So it was something along the lines of she wanted to do something from the new album. They, I think, at first wanted her to do something from Sweetener. Then she said she offered, like, she wanted to do Seven Rings, and I guess it was gonna be like a medley. And they said, okay, well, you can do Seven Rings, but we want to pick the second song that you do. And she said she offered up 3 songs, and they weren't here for it. So I don't know. I mean.
And I get part of me is like, how are you gonna tell an artist what to perform, like what songs are theirs to perform?
Right.
And then it's like you might think that like the songs they want to perform aren't popular enough or whatever, but it's like,
baby, whatever she give is
right.
gonna draw the girls in.
Yes.
Now imagine all the Arianators
right.
who are not gonna watch
right.
it now.
For that reason.
I mean, I just think that you would almost think that some of these people that work for the Grammys have not been doing this for years. Like, surely you ought to know by now what the response is going to be from an artist when you try to dictate to them what to perform.
You would be surprised, or maybe not that surprised, to know how many people in charge of the music industry are so far detached from it.
That's true.
You know?
That's very true.
Like, the people making these decisions don't listen to these albums. They just look at numbers. They say, this is the viewership for this is the viewership for that, these are the projected whatever. You know, like, they don't care about this music.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because the
really
people...
is.
The people in charge of the industry should be the people who are most passionate about it. You would think in a perfect world, maybe, but they don't care. I guess
that's like anything,
right?
Though,
it is anything. It's sports, it's music, it's
education.
Education. It's the
politics.
Movie industry, right? Okay. Politics, right? Everybody is so far removed. Everybody on top is so far removed from everything, which is unfortunate. But. Hopefully we'll get some good, and I know that we'll get at least one or two really good ones.
Right.
Really good ones.
Yeah, because Cardi, I'm also excited for her because this is her first big performance after the American Music Awards.
Yeah.
And she turned that out.
Yes.
She turned that out.
Yeah.
And that was her turning point.
Right.
I was like, okay, sis.
Right.
I'm here for the movement.
Yeah. You think she'll probably do Money?
So here's the thing. I was reading something a couple of weeks ago that said that Atlantic gave her two options, or maybe she posted this on her social media, where she could either release a second single in January or wait until February and release a second single and a video. Okay. Well, we didn't get shit in January.
Right.
But it's for the video, which we're grateful for.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that if she does do, it would make sense. Well, she got to do something from Invasion of Privacy.
Yeah.
More than likely, they want to see something from that because that's what she's nominated for Album of the Year for. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I want another I Like It performance because she's already given us that, and it was impeccable. Yeah. So I'd be... Now, she opened up with Get Up 10 on the BT Hip Hop Awards. Yeah. It would be interesting if she rehashes that. Then again, I'm wondering now, do artists nowadays really perform the same song live like twice? So maybe she'll give us something else.
Hopefully so. It don't need to be no doggone Bodak Yellow, I'll tell you that. But that's what the whites would go up for.
Oh God, I hope not. But she's also I think she's nominated for a Grammy for Best Life with Chance, and we haven't seen her perform that anywhere but Coachella.
Yeah.
So that could very well be a thing. And then I'm sure Money will come in there because I also think that Cardi is definitely one of the bigger draws.
Yeah, no, she is the big draw, I would say.
So I think that she probably has a bit more leverage to be like, if I want to do something new, if I want to form, like, her team is good at that. So I think that there's a possibility.
Cool.
So yeah. So as we said before, what we're doing with the While You Were Sleeping this season is we're going to be posting clips and stuff on our social media, like a few days after the episode goes live. So look for some clips, from those awesome Grammy performances, or just go look them up yourselves. But yeah, so in saying that, I think it's time to transition into the Gossip Folks segment.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to start with something really, really, really exciting. Yeah. And it is a kind of a callback to... That's the phrase, ain't it?
Yes.
Because I know that's your phrase. So we're going to do a callback to the very first episode of this season. And we told you all about Bennett College and, historically black college down in Greensboro, North Carolina, one of two all-female like HBCUs in the country. And I want to say Bennett is older than Spelman because Bennett was initially Morehouse, or is Morehouse's sister school.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bennett is, and then Spelman came later, but because of location proximity,
Right.
I think that's why they're associated. But all that aside, Bennett was trying to raise $5 million by the beginning of February. And it was like really a kind of like sink or swim moment. And it excites me that the community mobilized in such a way to not only meet but exceed their goal. They ended up raising a total of $8.2 million, which is really remarkable, considering just all of the odds being stacked against them.
Yeah.
And again, like, accreditation bodies be quick to want to close the HBCU down.
Yes.
So I'm just, so happy for the Bennett alumni, the current students, the administration there. And it's a win for the HBCU community. Yes. And a great moment in otherwise very strange
Black History Month thus far.
Listen, just 2 Black History Months ago,
right?
I was greeted on February 1st by a picture of my queen, Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, letting us know that she was with Life.
Right.
Twins, to be exact.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to understand how we got here.
Listen.
I don't know. So, one more shout out to Bennett, because after this, it takes a interesting route. I'm gonna toss it over to you.
So, in a little more contentious news in our community, we got
you always have the words.
Right, 2 music folk beefing again. You can't even, like, these aren't even rap beefs at this point. It's not like R&B beefs. Like, it's just like niggas being petty. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting on Instagram and being petty, like celebrities. So this whole Chris Brown Offset situation. So as y'all know, 21 Savage is a Brit. He was born in the UK, and that doesn't take away from his clout or anything like that, And it doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be in this country by any means. But he was just born in the UK, and he has confirmed that. So he's having some issues with ICE right now. And, like, real quick, side note, shout out to Jay-Z, because while y'all talking and hashtagging, Jay-Z is actually forming legal teams to help 21 get out of jail. But, so, if I'm getting this correct, 21 Savage is cool with Offset.
Yeah, like, I think Cardi even said, like, that's one of his, like, best friends or something like that.
Great. Good for him. Everyone needs friends. And so Chris Brown posts a meme, video, whatever, funny, circulating, there's some circulating of 21 Savage and, like, his connection to Great Britain and all that other stuff, and the jokes are being made, whatever. You've seen some of them. So Chris puts one on Instagram. Offset doesn't like that. He's upset. He comments on Chris Brown stuff. He
turned Offset. Wait.
He turned Offset on. Right, exactly. And so, it starts in the comments, and Offset is going off.
It always starts in the comments.
Right.
Like, y'all niggas don't got each other number.
And beyond that, like, whatever. Money don't mean a thing. Like,
you can go to school, but you can't buy class.
Like, because they're going back and forth in Instagram comments, and then it goes, and we don't have to read all of it, but it's like, then they go into the DMs, and then Offset DMs Chris Brown, and it's just like, where you at? We're just like such a, if looking at the screenshot of these texts right now is literally like. It's just, and so they're going back and forth. Chris Brown is like, pull up. He puts his address in there, like, come find me. All this other stuff. Offset is like, you 12, you police, like, you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff, like, and Chris Brown is like, nah, ain't no op shit. Like, ain't nobody else gonna be there but you. And essentially, like, you know, when in Kill Bill when Vivica Fox is just like, you know, meet me at midnight, dressed in all black at the baseball park. We're gonna have a knife fight. Like, that's essentially what Chris Brown was on. Like, ain't gonna be nobody else. It's gonna be you, me, and my driveway, and we gonna have at it. I guess
now, meanwhile, that's where you went with it. And all I can picture in my head is the scene from the Beat It video where the niggas had their wrists tied up with a knife dancing around.
Somewhere in between those moments.
Dancing niggas.
I think they both apply. And so then we get to name calling and
fuck shit.
Yeah. And Offset called Chris a woman beater. Says the only person you ever fight was a woman. And then
wait a minute, I ain't getting oh my god. Oh.
And then Chris Brown calls him. Oh my god, who did he call? Some ridiculous like 70, like essentially like the equivalent of calling him like. I don't know. I don't even want to get the person's name wrong. But you know he be wearing blouses and stuff. So Chris Brown was making fun of him for that. So they're just going back and forth. And it's just like, I am so sick of these celebrities acting this way. But then I come to realize. So like, this is what happens. So picture like that guy who you were in 7th grade reading class with. And he always sat in the back and made the most noise because, you know, he didn't read too good and he didn't want to be caught up in the popcorn reading, so he wanted to get sent to the principal's office before he could get called for the popcorn reading. Like, picture him. Everyone has one of those. Picture that nigga. Give him $25 million at the age of like 17 and just let him live life. That's what these niggas are. Like, that's what these niggas are. Like, that is the essence. That is the essence of what these niggas are. It's just like, beyond singing and rapping, just some regular dudes. And then it's just like you throw this money at them and their life completely changes. You know what I'm saying? They can buy mansions and they can buy cars and all this other stuff, but it doesn't make them better people.
But see, now here's where I'm conflicted. Because I do think that that's true for one of them. But that's not true for the other one. Because I think we found that out.
And who you would think it might not be true for.
Okay. Because we found out that Offset actually comes from a pretty good family.
He was a Jack and Jill child.
He was pop locking it in Whitney Houston video.
He probably had a cotillion.
He probably had a trust fund. Now Christopher
Tappahannock Brown.
What's his middle name, like Maurice or something like that?
Sure. I think so.
Well, let's go with it.
Yeah.
Christopher Maurice Brown did not grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Right.
He probably didn't really have no shoes to dance in.
Right.
You know, so I think it's, you know, remarkable where he's been able to ascend to. But at the same time, it's just like we said last episode. Like, stop fucking yourself up in the game. Like, Chris, now Offset, if you was feeling some type of way, you already know that everybody energy toward the situation ain't gonna be what yours is. Because it impacts you a little bit closer to home. That's your nigga. Like, boom, we get it. Sure. We get it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not a situation to make light of, to be honest. But if I had to put on my short list of goofy niggas that was gonna say something simple, you know what I'm saying? Or even just say something that's like not just directly like, you know, this is BS, like like, cause maybe Chris Brown ain't even really mean it in no type of way. But if I had to like put a short list of people that would probably put their foot in their mouth when speaking on this, Chris Brown may appear on that list somewhere.
And this isn't like you said, this is not anything necessarily that like one should laugh at.
Right.
But there's plenty of situations that maybe one shouldn't laugh at that we make jokes about on Twitter all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're constantly cracking. That's kind of what we do as a community. We make
that's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. Yeah. We make otherwise bad situations. You know, you think about all the jokes that came out when Paula Deen, you know, turned out to not be shit. You know, nigga Navy. Like, if you think back to that, like, all of these moments where it's like essentially we just have to make jokes out of things that's just like kind of messed up. So,
it's very true.
Like,
but you know, something like aside from this shenaniganery, to the actual issue at hand with 21 Savage, I do find it interesting that all of the conversation and energy around immigration for the most part has been like the southern border, you know, Latinx folk.
Yeah.
When, you know, the whole time people have been like, but y'all not really looking at anybody from Europe. But then the poster child for y'all, like, trying to crack down on immigration from, like, Europe is a fucking black man.
Right,
like,
of course. We're gonna lose. Like, and it's just so messed up. It's like the one time that y'all really going in.
Right.
Ridiculous. Right. But, yeah, and then also a moment where I believe Chris Brown has had a bit of a shortcoming this week is that new song he has with Trey Songz, Chi Chi. Like, it's not that great. It's pretty much like a by the numbers trap. I have sex with lots of women and they enjoy it.
I didn't know niggas was still making songs like that.
You know, it's just like to have had Chris and Trey get together on a track, and it's been a while since that's happened. And when I saw that, I was expecting something a lot better. You know,
something a little bit more substantial,
right? And it's like you get some of that in their albums. You know, like there were some substantial tracks on Heartbreaks on a Full Moon. They were like Tremaine,
for sure,
is a substantial album. So it's like you expect the two of them to get together and do something, but it's like they easily made that song in 15 minutes, very easily.
You know what? For some reason, when you said that, all I could think about was. And where did you get them both? Baby!
You're silly.
Sorry. No direct correlation.
It's just like, yeah. It's just not a good, like, why? I think about somebody like Kendrick. I think about somebody like Beyonce. I think about the greats, you know? And it's just like, the reasons why those people are my favorite is because I believe they're like true artists, that they believe in their artistry, that they're like essentially the best at what they do, you know? And it's just like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like, I can't understand how you could claim to be a great and not have that energy always, you know? And it's just like, I get that, like, maybe like something like, Ape Shit is like a fun track that like it isn't like the cultural moment of 2018 or whatever, and like just artists having fun. I get all of that, but like when you're doing more silly stuff than you are like actual artistry.
But actually, Ape Shit was still in the song. They were actually talking about stuff, and the video was a whole move. And
I tried to, because I knew some people were gonna say something, so I tried to, you know, give him a little devil's advocate.
Like, I had to say multiple times last night, you can't compare what you can't compete what you can't compare. Okay, so listen.
Right. That's a Joanne the Scammer quote.
Shout out to Joanne, because Joanne came with the real. Listen,
but yeah, I mean, just do better.
I honestly, the song came on and I was just, I don't remember it.
How is this different than any other song that I'm listening to right now? And that's my thing. If I'm in the studio making music, like, I want to be set apart.
And my thing is, it's especially frustrating because sometimes it seems like, you know, when you're like critiquing like a song or album, it's, you know, you just trying to go in on that artist, this, that, and the third. And it's like, no. You usually hold the people to a higher standard that you really like appreciate their music, and it's like, you know, because I'm not gonna ever say I want Kodak Black to give me something profound.
No, I don't have. We're not having conversations about them because we don't. That's not the expectation.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not waiting for the next Trippie Redd joint to drop.
Who? You know.
He looked like a Chucky doll, to be honest.
But yeah, that's a great transition into the next one that we got, because we've said this about her before. Yeah, you know, and it's like so.
Oh God!
And one thing I will say is
that sounded like somebody.
So one thing I will say about Nicki, because we're talking about Nicki and these new tracks that she just put out. So there's some parts, it's a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like these were not all good offerings. You know, so Nicki has released, I think, maybe 3 freestyles in the last week or so. I only heard 2. I heard Barbiana, and then I heard the Meek, the one that she did over Meek's track.
Yeah, Barbie Going Bad.
Yeah, Barbie Going Bad. So we can talk about the Barbiana one first, because I don't think you like that one very much.
Actually, yes, that's correct.
But you don't like Tatiana. You don't like you just don't like any parts of
Trash.
it. Right.
Trash. One,
So,
I'm still mad that thought is still something that's in the lexicon. Just really perturbed by it. It vexes me much.
Yeah, I feel like a song called Tatiana is like dated at this point. Like maybe a couple years ago.
Yes.
You know? But then beyond, so like the reason why I really, really like the song is because of the music. You know, it sounds like, it's not produced by DJ Mustard, but it sounds like a DJ Mustard track, and that's just I go up for those types of songs.
Now I do like me some DJ and Farlane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this is a track.
But beyond that, and like, so like YG is on the remix, but Blueface, I like YG too. He's like, I call YG like Kendrick's ratchet cousin. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like they have this energy that is like familial and like related, but also different, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But Blueface, like, his flow is garbage. Like, it's so, he's essentially just like talking over the track. He doesn't sound good. Like, it's not that great. And honestly, Nicki did a better job, I would say, than he did on the track. And I still kind of wasn't crazy about it. Only because I feel like she could have done a lot more with that track. Because I like the track so much, because it's such like a bang. And like, she kind of started going in some and then just didn't. You know? And it's like, I don't know. I just wish she would have done more, but she don't like anything about it. So
nothing. Literally, all we heard was "Bust Down" by Rihanna, but we were just like, next track. But I can pick up where that ends and say, on the flip side, Barbie Gone Bad is the best single that should have been on Queen. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Like,
it's the best single she's had in a while, and it's a song maybe. It's like, because I think what you said before is she should have brought the Barbie Gone Bad energy to Queen, and she didn't really.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's telling, because again, the best song that she released during that era didn't even end up on the album, and that's Barbie Tings.
Oh, right. Exactly. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, and that's Barbie Gone Bad is very much the same energy as Barbie Tings. I do not understand why, like, to this day, I do not understand why Barbie Tings isn't on that album.
I don't either.
Especially if she was gonna do, like, add a deluxe and add Fifi and shit. Like, you might as well just throw it on there.
Oh, she did a deluxe?
Like, a couple weeks after she dropped it, and she
beat
just
Travis Scott.
I get it. Oh, is that what it... Oh my god, that makes so much sense. I was like, why did she release a deluxe and just add Fifi to this? Wow. Yikes.
Now, Calvin, reiterate for the people what I just said a few minutes ago. You can't what? You can't copy. How? Stand it. I mean, but even with Barbie Gone Bad, I'm like, I still feel like she is. I mean, we all knew that Nicki Cardi beef won't go chill out no time soon. Yeah. But I just hope that she don't try to throw a stone and hide her hand, because you definitely are coming at her in that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so your ghostwriter trying to take shots at me or something like that, and it's like, all right, all right.
Like, if you're gonna do that, stand up in your shit.
Stand up in it, and that's. Listen, because y'all know I ain't got the vinyl cover to point back to the Queen no more, but that is one reason why I always rock with Kim. Yeah. That's why I'm rocking with Cardi now. Yeah. And this is generally even in life, I appreciate people who stand up in who they are.
Right.
And they will be like, listen, no sis, don't be confused. Yeah. I'm talking about you. Yeah. It's almost like that song, okay, you remember the King album by T.I.? Mm-hmm. You remember the song, I'm Talking to You?
Yes.
When he literally went through every rapper in the game.
I mean, it's Kendrick. What's the song? Power. Is that the name of the song with Kendrick? I got love for you, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. What's the song?
Oh,
what was it
the
called? It's
shit, the Control remix.
Control.
Because I think that was Big Sean's song.
Yeah.
Initially, yeah.
It was, and he got on there and he was like, "Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is who I'm talking about.
Bow.
Look."
To the point.
Yeah. And you see, it ain't start no beef. Because who was gonna step up to the plate?
Well, actually, they did say that started like this underlying him and Drake beef.
Okay, I said beef, not ground turkey.
Ooh, Jesus. Woo,
not
Lord.
tofu.
Woo,
Okay. When has Drake ever said Kendrick's name on a track beyond shouting him out on for free because he stole that man's title on a track?
You raise a compelling point.
You can't what? Well, you can't what?
Okay. You can't compare where you can't compete. Which you can't compete where you can't compare.
I think what Joanne said was the first one. You can't compare.
You can't That should go either way, right? I'm here for it. Put it on the shirt.
But okay. So we're off Nicki.
Yeah.
Again.
And hopefully she finds her way to be back on Nicki at some point.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You know. But again, mixed bag. Maybe Barbiana wasn't that great. Barbie Gone Bad. Stick with that energy. Bring that to your next offerings.
And honestly, let's talk about it because I think this is going to transition us to our next point. My friend, I'm pretty sure my friend Gabby said this last night. She was like, yo, Ariana Grande really came right on up in here. It just kind of like was able to scoot Nicki onto the side. Like, she said she flowing better than her. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. And my thing is, while Ariana Grande then gave us another album in 6 months, Nicki, you should have had that energy and you should have went back to the drawing board, sis, instead of up here.
You could have got another number one in this time. Like, if you wanted a number one, you could have just worked and gotten one. Yeah. Because
the masses already told you they ain't here for that bullshit ass song. Not here for it.
Right.
The Queen era was over before it started. Girl, how you touring off of this? Nicki Minaj Queen World Tour, mark my words, is about to look like the Fire Festival. Period.
Oh my God!
The girl's gonna show up for a show.
She's gonna have to
it's gonna be crazy.
She's gonna have to release something else. That's her only option. If she has a team that deserves to be her team, she's putting out something else before she goes on tour. She has to. Because at this point, I mean, anybody going on tour a year after an album drops is problematic. And then when the album doesn't do what you want it to do.
Because you can't take...
I mean, common sense would tell you, like you said, make a better offering.
Exactly. Because you can't take Tekken on tour with you because he locked up.
Yeah.
I mean, Future... I ain't got enough energy, Lord. Yeah. And it is the Lord's Day. So.
But it's like, do better. But Ariana.
Period.
Ariana. She did. Yes. She's come through.
She has.
And she's released another album. Thank You Next. So and this might be where we disagree because I know you really like this album, but I like it better than Sweetener. I like this album better than Sweetener because in my mind there are no skip tracks. There are some tracks on Sweetener that I will choose not to listen to or that I will just not, you know? But I can listen to this all the way through and get a different vibe. You know, like she's giving you different genres a little bit and she's giving you a little bit of like different vibe. It's like, it's not all the same sound, which I really appreciate. Absolutely. And then all of it is really good. And just like the writing and what she's talking about. And it's just I identify with this maybe more than I do with Sweetener too. Okay. But I'm also very much like, I identify more with where Ariana is now than where she was when she released Sweetener.
And I get that. And I think that, because it's a natural thing to compare like albums.
Yeah, especially when they're so close together.
Exactly, but it's two completely different Arianas, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because you know what I mean. She made Sweetener. She's in this relationship. They're engaged. Like it's a fucking song there called babysitting for God's sake. So, it's just but still a very open, vulnerable. Like she's talking about some real stuff, and that's why I really enjoy the album. Whereas on this album, she's talking about some very real shit too. But it's like a whole other type of like reality. Yeah. And so I appreciate, I love Sweetener. Now where I do get your point is because Sweetener is a bit long, like Ariana albums tend to be.
Right.
And what you have here is a more focused, cohesive set that you can and you can tell that this is all stemming from like what has happened very recently.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so
I don't think that these were like empty tracks. Yeah, exactly. Right. I think these are fresh and they feel fresh. And I really yes.
But I had a feeling though that she was gonna end up putting out some more music because I remember reading something they were saying after Mac had passed away that she was like really trying to throw herself into work.
That's what she did. She just got right back in it. So yeah. Do you want to do a couple notable? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do some.
So some of my favorite tracks, of course, I love Imagine.
Yeah.
Love that. Needy.
Yeah, I saw that you posted about that. Yeah.
That's my shit. I really love like her cadence on that.
Yeah.
Of course, like I liked the Thank You Next.
Yeah, right. The singles and stuff.
One of my friends, and actually she said the same thing as you. She said she liked this better than Sweetener.
Yeah.
But she kind of like made me go back and listen to Ghostin' again.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, a song. And other than that,
well, a song. No, yeah, for sure.
Break up with your girlfriend.
Yes, yeah. I really like that. Have you seen the video yet?
Oh, you know I have.
Okay, yeah. I like that too.
Genius also had a really good like little breakdown on it.
Right.
And y'all know who collected some songwriters.
Yes, exactly.
Baby Miss Candy Bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and she samples on that song, because this is one of my songs that I really like too. She samples NSYNC. She samples.
You really?
Yeah.
You know I love NSYNC.
Yeah.
It
makes me, and it's not like a single. It's a song that you have to kind of be an NSYNC fan to know.
Yes, indeed. And you know I'm one, because I bought that No Strings Attached album the day it came out, and it was funny because I was telling my friend, I was like, she sampled something, and we she was trying to we were trying to kind of guess, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure it out, and I was driving, and I said, it's NSYNC.
Yeah. So that one we can share, and then I think NASA I really like.
Okay, yeah.
I like the whole thing. Bloodline I really like, and then so In My Head, I love that song. I think it's so very real. I think so many people can identify with it, like all this other stuff. I was talking to my friend last night, and he was talking about how that's just so very real in relationships, and Jada was saying, I think maybe on her Red Table Talks, that the thing that she loved about Will was and what you should look for in a person is essentially what they could offer you is the icing on the cake. What they're offering you right now is what you should look for, but their potential essentially should just that shouldn't be what you get into a relationship for. You shouldn't get into a relationship for the potential. That's essentially should just be like I said, the icing on the cake. Absolutely. So she has a line in that song where she says, I saw your potential without seeing credentials, and maybe that's the issue. And I'm like, wow.
Baby, that's Ariana.
Yeah. Especially if she wrote it, and I'm pretty sure she did. I mean, they said
this is the first album she co-wrote every track. Yeah. And it's her first album without any features.
Right, and that's the other thing, no features.
Because on every Ariana Grande album, she's had some nod to her current relationship status. So I guess this whole body of work is a nod to her current relationship status. But
and she's also, I feel in most of, well, maybe not. Maybe she had just broken out when she released Dangerous Woman too. I was like, is this her first single album release? As far as her being single when she released the album?
So Dangerous Woman came out in May of 2016. I think that she was with Mac Miller. Either they like made it official right after the album came out.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so very telling that she's like single and in it.
Yeah.
You know, and like experiencing it, and like some of that is sad, and some of that is, you know, like kind of cathartic, and I'm thankful. Some of it is like I'm real horny, and like I just want to make a mistake. You know, like it's all very of it. Real. Yeah, right.
All very real.
So yeah, shout out to her for that offering. I will definitely be playing that front to back for a good while to come.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah. Also,
do you want to just kind of skip this one?
Sure.
That could be talked about in another episode.
Yeah, and we can get into some other things. So you said you had some facts about the Grammys.
Yeah, so we're gonna close Gossip Folks today with just a few like little Grammy factoids.
Yeah.
To share with you all.
Sure.
So, I'm gonna frame these as questions and see if you can guess.
Okay. So am I guessing a person? Am I guessing I'll just let you do it.
Okay. Okay. You know I got you.
Yeah.
So the first one, and I'm not going to go in the order that it is on here because I don't want you to be cheating.
Okay. I do have a photographic memory and I glanced at it. So I'm going to just keep that in mind.
Okay. Which producer holds the record for most wins as a producer?
Is it a black person?
Yes.
Give me like era of when their music would have been like, or is it just all over?
This person has like produced through the ages.
Yikes! But starting when? Like really long time ago?
Yeah.
Yikes!
But the runner up is more contemporary.
Is the runner up Missy Elliott?
No.
Okay. Is it?
You know who the runner up is? Think.
Babyface?
No.
Shoot.
I'm gonna give you one more guess.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Oh no.
Producer. Prolific. Like good.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? No.
And the buzzer. You got 3 slashes on Family Feud. Kanye West is the runner-up with 21.
I wasn't thinking about him.
I know.
Yeah.
It's honestly for me the only helpful way to think about him is in terms of like that.
Right.
But do you want me to tell you who actually holds the record?
I'm not gonna get it.
Quincy Jones.
Oh, okay.
With 27 wins.
Yeah, it's so funny that, and this may speak to my age, but when I think of production, I think more so of like things that are a little bit more synthesized. And Quincy Jones is absolutely a person that like was bringing in all the instruments,
a full
and all
orchestra,
that stuff. Right?
yeah,
Exactly.
like,
but that's production. That's production of a track. So that's on me. I will take that.
But you know, if you also think about it though, Quincy Jones also produced on like at least two of the highest selling albums of all time, Bad and Thriller.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Also, really quick, because I'm thinking about it, one of my like favorite songs, weirdly and randomly, I'm pretty sure he produced. So How Do You Keep the Music Playing? The James Ingram, and I think Patty Austin. I'm just thinking about James Ingram because he just recently passed away.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, the first time I ever heard that song, honestly, was on an episode of Scandal. There's a scene on Scandal where it's like Melly and Fitz are going, like, essentially, like, right on the cusp of divorce. Mm-hmm. And they're on, like, the balcony, and they're, like, leaning over the balcony, and there's essentially just, like, having, like, an autopsy of their relationship, you know?
Ooh,
just, like, you know, but it's just, like, what went wrong, you know? And that music is playing, that song is playing in the background. If you listen to the words of the song, How Do You Keep the Music Playing, it's essentially just, like, it's a metaphor for, like, how do you remain in love with someone, you know? So, yeah. Sorry for that little aside, but Quincy Jones is responsible for that.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, but I'm ready for another one.
Okay. So I'll give you an easy one now.
Okay.
Who is the most nominated woman in Grammy history? Dun, dun, dun.
Check.
Okay, you turning the tide. Who has won? Who is the person that has won? Like they hold one of the records for like being the most awarded by the Academy.
Okay.
they did not win the Grammy for Best New Artist when they were nominated back in 1962.
1962. Okay. Best New Artist. Oh, is it Stevie?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I was thinking that because I felt like he was nominated for Best New Artist, but he didn't.
He didn't win that.
Who did? Okay, Taylor Swift. As always.
Get thee behind you, Satan. But I do want to know that because if that was a one-hit wonder,
probably
just blew that to hell. But also another fun fact about Stevie Wonder is he had like a 3-year stretch in the 70s. Maybe I want to say it was like 3 years like back to back, and then like skip a year. Like maybe it was like he won, skip a year or two, then it was like back to back to back.
Right. But within that time frame.
For Intervisions, fulfilling this first finale, and Songs in the Key of Life.
Yeah, which I love.
All very deserving.
Yeah.
If only the albums that should win Grammy of the Year still won.
Right.
But I'll do one more.
Okay.
Who was the first woman to set the record for winning the most Grammys in one night?
Can you tell me what year this was?
No, because that's going to make it real easy.
Oh, real easy. Okay. The first woman to be... What was it again?
The first... So, I'll rephrase it.
Okay.
This woman set the record for most Grammy wins by a female in one night.
Grammy wins, so not just nominations.
Right.
I'm going to ask... Okay. Was it a singer?
As opposed to...
I don't know. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been a rapper. Wait. Huh? Oh, Lauryn Hill?
Yeah.
From that response, I was like, wait a minute. Porque no las dos?
Yes, Lauryn Hill set the record back in 1999 when she won 5 Grammys in a single night.
Wow.
And she I'm pretty sure she won for Album of the Year, Best New Artist, and like a couple of other so Lauryn Hill did that. But then some years later, her record was broken.
Oh. Was it Beyonce again?
It was.
Yeah.
Beyonce won 6 awards in one night.
For?
I want to say that was for I Am Sasha Fierce, actually.
That's interesting.
It is. But, Single Ladies.
Right. Exactly. And they loved that one.
Yes. And I think she won for Song of the Year, or she won like a big one for that, I think.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Those are a few Grammy facts.
Right.
So... we might do trivia from time to time because we are a show that promotes education.
Okay. So, did you have a couple... So, we're done with gospel, folks. Do you have a couple notes? Do we have notes this week?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And I feel like you were... maybe you weren't, but you also reminded me of something else to do in this section. So, our first album that we did for Noteworthy was one that caused a lot of conversation.
Sure.
And we knew that was going to be the case.
Right.
So, as we said, in that episode, we definitely want to bring in some of the insights that we get off our social media. Around the albums that we're talking about.
Okay. So,
one of our listeners, we're going to call her Cupcake. Not to be confused with Cupcake the artist. Even though, shout out to her, because she was going through some things a couple of weeks ago.
She's doing better.
Okay, I'm so glad to hear that. But Cupcake says in response to the question we asked on the show, and I'm pretty sure it was a question that we asked around, how do people listen to AJ Number the Number now? And she said, to answer this question, it wasn't an album that I played heavily. She said the singles that came from the album were the only songs I liked, but that One in a Million was the album that made her a fan. So I pulled that comment out because that seemed to be, at least for a lot of people that wrote in, that seemed to be like a constant theme. Like nobody of a certain, I think, age range, nobody ever had really went back and listened to the whole AJ Number the Number album. And I think because when we think about Aaliyah and her career, she's synonymous with Missy and Timbaland.
Right.
So you don't really go back to revisit that era except for the singles.
Yeah.
But
thank God.
Oh, listen.
I'm so glad somebody else came and swooped her up and was just like, look, here, we'll take care of you.
Baby.
Yeah.
Listen.
But no, that makes sense. And I'm glad that you offered that comment because, like, I was asking, like, what kind of, essentially, what was the energy
exactly.
when the album came out, and that's what it sounds like. It was just kind of like, meh.
Right.
Right. Like the singles, but like not really. Which, good. Well, I mean, good.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, to transition into some other notes.
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with a light-hearted one.
Yeah.
So, Bilal wrote in and asked us to name the top 5 songs to dance to at the strip club.
The strip club?
Yes.
Dance to?
Yes.
At the strip club. Like you would want to see someone dance to, or you would dance. So I
say it's open for interpretation.
So what I'm gonna do, because like maybe dancing at the strip club and dancing at the club are pretty much synonymous. So maybe like stripper songs. That's what I'll do. Top 5 like stripper songs.
Okay, I like this.
Performance stripper songs.
I like this.
Pony by Genuine.
Ooh.
If I was like in the back getting a lap dance, like if you were like in VIP, Speechless by Beyonce or Dance for You.
Okay.
But I'm gonna do some like raunchy stuff because that's more so like the slow. Right now, maybe twerk.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Can we do 3?
Okay, yeah.
Let's do 3.
Do 3. Okay. So yours were Pony, Dance for You, or Speechless,
yeah.
but for the private dance.
Right.
And then twerk for the city girls. Okay,
do a private dance song.
Okay, I could do that.
And then 2 other ones.
Okay, so my private dance song would probably be...
It's Sunday. Put that tongue back in your mouth.
Okay. Oh God, no, I'm good. No. I'm sorry.
Sir,
I'm a businessman, so the business calls never stop.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Brandon!
I had to get the girls together. I'm sorry. Something crazy came across my screen. Okay. And I also was trying to buy myself some time. Okay, so stripper songs.
Yeah.
Private dance. Honestly, the first song that came up in my head was what is it? Is it Do Not Disturb?
Oh yeah.
Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown?
Yes, 100%. Yep.
So
that's the private dance song?
Yes, it is.
Sure.
So then after that, other 2 songs, I'm thinking of like the songs you chose. Okay, so I would do Malibu Mitch, Give Us Some Money.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna play it for you. And
say it. Go ahead.
God, there's like 10 songs swimming in my head. Oh
Just pick one.
I know. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to say.
While you're thinking, if I was to do like a raucous, just like whatever song, it would be "Duck Duck Goose" by Cupcake. Just like if we're in the strip club, we're in there to be disgusting.
I'm so tired. I was thinking like something about Amigos, so I was thinking slippery,
or all ass, or sure.
I heard your bitch, she got that, or maybe even Bad Bitches Only. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Sorry. Sometimes I forget that we take the show.
Yeah. Okay.
So next question comes from Alexander.
Okay.
Okay. The Alexander asks. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Alexander asks, what one-hit wonder artist do you think could have had more longevity if their career were managed differently or properly? So I love this question.
We'll go ahead and answer because I'm shaking.
Okay.
Oh my god. Can it be like a couple hit wonder?
A couple hit wonder. Okay, talk through who you're thinking.
The first person that came to mind, weirdly, was Cassie.
Yeah. She didn't have the talent.
Yeah, that's why I said weirdly. Because maybe just the word one hit wonder triggered something for me. But no, you're right. She doesn't have the range. So if we're thinking about people that maybe had, maybe.
Well, while you think, I'll tell you. So there are certain artists or people that I call crimes of the industry.
Yeah.
And so one of them is the R&B group Ideal.
Okay. Yeah.
You know music, so you know who Ideal is.
Right.
Have we talked about them on the show before?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. So for everyone at home, Ideal is a male R&B group that came out of, I want to say Houston, in the late 90s, and they were most known for their single Get Gone. Okay. I think you better leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let's get your bags. Yeah. Then like they had some success with follow-up singles, Creep In and whatever. Yeah. But nothing to the level of Get Gone. But their album was actually really, really, really good. I bought that album. Yeah. And it was just they had some really good songs on there. Yeah. Really great production, really great voices, and I think it's a crime that we never got another album from them.
I mean, same for Lauryn Hill, but I don't know. We can't call her a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
But it is a crime that we didn't get another album from her. Lord have mercy. This is a hard question.
I know. Let me know if you need me to offer up another person.
No. Give me time. I think that...
Oh, actually, two people just popped up in my head. Tierra Marie, because I think Tierra Marie actually could have made a little more noise.
I think someone that could have also is Pleasure P.
So it's funny that you said Pleasure P because the other person I thought of was Sammy.
That's it. I'm stealing that one. Sammy. Mm-hmm. Sammy. 100 times Sammy. Like he deserves. Like he needs to be like. And he is still releasing songs, but it's a shame that, like, you have to go and find his music. Yeah, absolutely. Like, he needs to have so many albums. He needs to have, like, the best. Honestly, like, we can spend another episode playing this game, but the game that you and I like to play, Chris Brown has the career that Sammy should have, 100%. And that's that on that, period.
And then to follow that thought train, Bruno Mars has the career that Chris Brown should have.
Right. So it all follows. Eek. Right. And I'm not going to put Sammy up with a Bruno, but as far as where Chris Brown's lane is right now, Sammy should be dominating. And they're around the same age.
Absolutely. And if not Chris, at least Trey Songz.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm going to give him Chris though. because I think like the way that he sings, he's one of my favorite. Yeah,
he's a vocal talent. Yeah. He's a vocal talent. He is. And even when he came back with like the album when he was older,
yes,
he like the songs were mature. Yes. The songs like his voice sounded better than ever. Yeah,
I'm glad you thought of that.
You know, this is what we do.
Yeah,
this is what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I really like this last question.
Okay.
So the last question came from Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon's a friend of the show.
Yes.
Hi, Brandon.
A friend of the show, a friend of the show runner.
Okay.
Just a friend.
Just. Ho, ho, ho. So we started from the bottom. Okay. So, Brandon asks.
Yes.
Name one Michael Jackson song that you give to Prince in the 80s.
Whoa.
Ain't that crazy? So this might have to be a new game too.
Yeah.
I want to give
like giving
song swap.
Yeah, song swap, yeah.
So I think on the other half of that, we need to take a Prince song and give it to Michael Jackson.
Okay. Well, here, let's do this.
Okay.
Because we were on different sides. Because the question on the finale of last season, we were on different sides of like the Prince Michael thing.
You're right.
So how about I pick a song to give to Michael and you
Prince.
pick a song to give to Prince.
Okay. I'm so down for that.
Okay. So give a Prince song to Michael. And
this is from their 80s.
From the 80s catalog. And I might let me really try to think, because you know right. I wasn't there, but I know the music.
I'll see.
Okay. So a Prince song. I'm giving a song to Michael, right? Okay. So maybe. Oh, wait. Okay. What I'm thinking about. Okay, well, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I would give Prince "Dirty Diana."
Ooh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Because Prince is a musician. Yes. He would have ripped that up. Yeah. So yeah, I'm giving Prince "Dirty Diana."
Yeah. Let me see. I think I have 2 songs in mind.
Oh, okay. Let me think of a second one.
No. I'm only gonna pick one.
Okay.
But I need to see the name of the song so that I can. Yeah, no, it's not that one. Kiss. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Kiss. Because what I was thinking, and it worked out well, I was thinking Michael would do better with Prince's upbeat songs, and Prince would do better with Michael's ballads.
Really?
Some of them. Like, I was thinking if I had to do either, I was going to give Michael an upbeat song and give Prince a ballad. Because I think that, like, that essentially is, like, where they live and do really, really well. I think that's their pocket. Okay. I think that Prince being a musician and all that other stuff, I think that, like, what he's, like, I think about Purple Rain, and I think about, like, all of these kind of, like, big ballad, like, tracks.
But see, that's the thing, right? Because when I was thinking about, so I started with the Thriller album, and I was trying to go through the track list, and I was like, I can't see Prince record any of this.
Yeah.
Because even Michael's ballads don't censor the music or the instruments.
Right.
Like, his voice really shines.
Exactly.
So, like, a song like The Lady in My Life, even though, I could never see Prince singing that.
I could see him, you know what I would have loved a cover of? She's Out of My Life. If Prince could have covered that song.
Oh.
Like, I'm tearing up thinking about that right now, honestly. I love that song, but, like, to imagine Prince's voice on that song, like, yeah.
So, okay, to do that, then I thought of another Michael song that I thought of a
Prince song.
Yeah, that I would love for Michael to do.
Okay.
I Want to Be Your Lover.
Oh, yeah, that works. Wow. Too bad they never did any, like,
I know,
collabs.
Well, they were supposed to be on Mad together, and Prince told the girls, The first line of the song is "Your butt is mine." I won't say that to him.
Right.
So won't say that to me. I said, y'all give it up for
Right.
a bad bitch when you see one. Come on,
Right.
Prince Rogers Nelson.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Thanks for those questions.
Absolutely, yeah. So now is a great time to plug like we always do.
Yeah.
If you have questions, comments, things that you want us to talk about on the show, get at us, write us a note at gmail.com. Literally the phrase write, WRITE, us, US, a note, NOTE, at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Also, if you follow us on either of our social media platforms, that's Instagram or Facebook, whenever you see the button that says send an email, it goes right to that email account.
Yeah.
So if you can't remember, write us a note at gmail.com. You can go onto either of those profiles and click the button and it'll pull it out for you.
All right, so this is where we take our natural break.
It is.
But we have a hint.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We sure enough do.
We do. So, again, just to remind you all, we're doing, for this season, albums that are turning 25 or that turned 25 in 2019. So that means albums that came out in 1994. And the next album that we're doing, I'm really excited for because in episode 2 of season 1 of On That Note, I said that this was my favorite boy band.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
that's probably going to give it away, like, because there are only but so many that were out given that time.
Right.
But we can just leave that there.
Oh, I kind of want to get on one more clue.
Sure.
So, well, this isn't really a clue. It's just kind of like, it could be.
Okay.
When we came up with this theme,
Yeah.
there were 2 albums that I told Calvin we absolutely had to do.
And
I mean, he didn't fight me on it at all, you know, because he agrees he knows the music. But this is one of them.
Yes. So
sit with those,
yes.
and, you know, we'll probably place another Easter egg, or maybe we've already done it on our social media. So stay tuned.
We'll see you next time.